If it isn't flexible and can trade at different levels of strategy across different market conditions, it sucks as well. So sticking to your strategy criteria comes down to consistency, it comes down to confidence. So we want to create that data behind it. Emotional thing that happens with a lot of people with their trading, and I kind of talk about 3 big jumps in trading. The first one is the jump to decide, I'm going to learn this. The second big jump, I think, is taking that theory, which you do in your first few weeks of the mentorship. And then the third jump is taking that practice and taking it live with real money. That's the third big jump. Hello and welcome to the STARTrading Podcast with me, Lewis.
And me, Sophie.
And today we're going to be talking about why your trading plan absolutely sucks and what you can do about it.
Bit harsh.
Was it?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm just saying to you.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Should we start again?
No, I think that's quite good. I like
okay.
that, yeah.
Why would you say that?
You don't have to be that offended. Let's not ham it up too much. So I think a lot of people, if they are already trading, now again, the majority of the people that we teach aren't already trading. But if you are listening and you are trading already, then the likelihood is your trading plan probably does suck. And there's a few reasons why that might be. You may be lacking data. You may be lacking consistency. In the previous episode, we talked about 3 of the major elements that feed into your mindset. So if your trading plan doesn't include elements that impact your mindset, then it already sucks. If it doesn't take into account all the data that you should be looking at, and we, on all of our trades, track about 14 or 15 different criteria, then it already sucks. If it isn't flexible and can trade at different levels of strategy across different market conditions, it sucks as well. So there's all these different elements that can feed into your trading plan being absolutely fantastic or actually not being very good and not actually serving you, which is potentially why, if you're already trading and you're not getting to where you want to get to, because that element is not where it needs to be.
I was going to ask, what even is a trading plan? Because there must be people out there without a plan.
Yeah.
Who just sit in front of a chart and go, or copy people.
Yeah.
So what is a plan? Why do we have one?
So your trading plan is really important because you need to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, why you're doing it, and how you're doing it. All of these things. So again, when we were featured in Bloomberg, they really highlighted the fact that we're data-driven. So our trading plan is, in one element of it, data-driven. So we're talking here about strategy. So do you even have a strategy in place that you're looking to apply to the market? And if you don't, well, actually, I'm just going to step back for a second and define what a strategy is, because how do you know if you've got one if you don't know what the definition is? So for us, a strategy is a really clear set of criteria. So it might be 5 criteria, it might be 3 criteria, it might be 10. 10 is too many. We like to keep it simple. But let's say it's 5 criteria. That may be the market has to be moving in a certain direction, it has to be moving in a certain way. There might be another form of analysis tool like the MACD or stochastics that you need to be showing you a particular thing. And these 5 criteria all have to be in place before you enter the market, whether that's up or down. So if you don't have that level of strategy in place, which is backed by data that says when these criteria are in place, this is 60 or 70% of the time the result that you will get. So that is part of your trading plan. Really, really clear systems and processes around your strategy. Beyond just that, you need to know within your plan, how are you going to manage yourself, your mindset, and your approach to the market? So we operate what's called swing trading, which is medium-term trading. So we're in trades for a few days to a few weeks. Now that is part of our trading plan. We know that that is our trading plan. So if we're going to swing trade, if listeners are listening to episode 3, they'll hear head mentor Josh talk about the best time of day to trade. So that may be early in the morning, it may be later in the evening. Which is the best time for you? Is that written in your trading plan? One of the things we talked about at a roundtable we recently had, which you attended, is we talked about what is your location for trading. So where is that going to be? So do you have a set spot in the house? Maybe it's the kitchen table. Maybe you've got a nice private office. Maybe it's when you're at work and you can sneak in on your lunch break or whatever it is. What is your plan for where you will trade that will allow you to be the best trader that you can be? So there's all these different elements, which is about predefining the decision before you make the decision. And that is what a trading plan should look like.
I love it. It's amazing. So how do we stick to it?
That's a different question.
Yeah. About consistency, didn't we?
Yeah. So sticking to it, again, different elements. So sticking to your strategy criteria comes down to consistency, it comes down to confidence. So we want to create that data behind it. So making sure that we're sticking to our criteria. And by the way, if you're testing a strategy or applying a strategy to the market, if you only have 4 of those criteria and you take it anyway because you think, it's only one that's missing, you're actually trading a new strategy. It's not the original strategy. So you have to be really, really strict on that. So part of that is refinement. We can't expect perfection from ourselves. That very, very rarely happens. So we just have to check and make sure that we've done a good job of that. The other way is we have a reason why. Why am I wanting to stick to this plan? Why does this plan allow me to be the best trader? So in the previous episode last week, we talked about how important a why is and why that helps us manage our emotions. So we want to have emotional input to make us take action, to stick to the plan. But when we actually are implementing the plan, we want to be low emotion. So it's a bit of a seesaw, juggling act in one sense of where we want the emotion, because emotion is power, emotion is movement. So we want that emotion to move us to take the right decisions, take the right action. But then when we're implementing the plan, we want to be emotionless when we're placing our trades.
Yeah. So I'm now live trading.
Congratulations.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've discussed a trading plan on the course, but I can see that I have one.
Yeah.
I can see that I've been taught strategies. I've got times, I've got places, I've got getting better with the mindset. So it's all kind of organically in there, isn't it? In coaching.
Yeah.
But I must say that this one strategy that I'm now live on, very exciting. I was submitting my homework every week, and there was one week where I was like, I've definitely got it. Josh is going to, give me the approval. And he was like, yeah, do about maybe 10 to 15 more, give it another week, focus on this, and then come back to me. And I was like, okay. But that week taught me more because I was looking at different markets and just getting more confident with it. And then we did the group coaching, and he was like, yes, you're getting the seal of approval.
Yeah.
And he puts a little GIF, doesn't he, of a little happy seal on the screen. I was like, yes. But then I was suddenly really fearful.
Interesting.
Because it was real money.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the strategy and looking at the chart and stuff going, and I just couldn't click. I was like, no, not that one. Maybe a different one. And then I'd be like, no. And then interestingly, we had a community session on mindset.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Josh about it afterwards and Rymel, who's part of the community. And they were like, you just need to get over this hump, feel the fear and do it anyway. It's 1%. You can actually do less than 1%.
Yeah.
And the next time I sat at my laptop, I was like, well, less than 1% is not, it's less than a tenner. It's, a few quid. I can do that. That's fine. Go on. And I've had some winning trades.
Amazing.
So I'm delighted.
Yeah.
But the time of day thing was interesting because I was like, okay, I'm going to do a new thing. I'm going to get up early where the kids aren't up and no one's awake, and I'll make a cup of tea. But I'm just not a morning person. I tried it. I am not a morning person. I get up in the morning and I'm foggy for at least an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm I can get people dressed and I can do the kids stuff, but I shouldn't be making decisions.
Making actual decisions, yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I'll try at night. I'll try at 10 o'clock at night because I normally settle down, have dinner, maybe have a gin and tonic, and then 10 o'clock's fine. That's just before bedtime. So I'm now drinking less because you can't trade drunk.
Well, you shouldn't.
Tired or angry, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't need a gin anyway. So now I happily 10 o'clock at night. And at first my husband was like, oh, okay. But now he understands, everyone understands. He can see me having some trades that are successful. He's like, yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
And it's not just him in my support network, it's the gang and the community as well.
Yeah.
Because when you have a winner, you can say that. You can be like, look, and then yay.
Yeah.
And we celebrate together and discuss the trades and stuff like that. So it's good.
How did that feel getting your first winning trade? Obviously, because you've put in a few weeks now of the work and the research, but practicing the skills and then going live and getting that first winning trade. How did it feel?
I can't believe it was real. I don't even understand how it really works.
Yeah.
But really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I found the market. I did the criteria. The strategy was clear. Tick, tick, tick. Just go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is exactly what we want. That's empowerment, right? Yeah. Because you've learned the skill.
All by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And we didn't say, hey, go to this market and place this trade. We said, hey, this is the skill.
Yeah.
Now we think you're good enough with that skill. Go to the market and see what you find.
Yeah.
And what did you find? A winning trade.
Yeah.
So did other people in the community take the same trade?
I don't know.
Do you remember? Did you post it when you took it in the...
I posted it. I was like, yeah, I've had a winner. And I got lots of well dones. So I don't know if anyone was like, yeah, me too. But
Yeah, brilliant. Very exciting. So I want to go back to the fear thing as well, because I think it's a really interesting emotional thing that happens with a lot of people with their trading. And I kind of talk about 3 big jumps in trading. The first one is the jump to decide, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to go for it. I've got no idea what I'm doing.
yeah.
I don't understand how it all works. Don't even understand how I managed to make profit on that trade. But even before that, thinking, I don't really understand this. And that was me. When I was 10 years ago, sat in a hotel room training room, not someone's bedroom, in a hotel training room in London. And I was like, right, this is something I'm going to go for. I've got no idea how to do this. I've never done it before in my life, but I'm going to go for it. That was my first big jump. So the first big jump is learning how to do it, deciding you're going to learn how to do it. The second big jump, I think, is taking that theory, which you do in your first few weeks of the mentorship, and then applying it into testing, because you're suddenly like, oh, I need to put all these bits of the puzzle, all these bits of knowledge I've put together now into actually applying it. That's the second jump. And then the third jump is taking that practice and taking it live with real money. That's the third big jump. So that's where we tend to see the biggest emotional reactions, the biggest emotional responses, which is why we try and give the most support at those 3 levels, or those 3 areas. So you've made it through the 3 biggest now. So yeah, congratulations.
So now I get to learn the second strategy. And I'm finding it a lot easier to pick up than the first one. Because the first one you practice so much. The second one is kind of similar but tweaked a bit. So you're like, okay, I can see this.
And you've done all the hard work of the foundational knowledge. So you don't have to learn that on top of then a strategy. So it's always, the first one is the hardest one to get under your belt. The second one will always be easier.
And the icing on the cake was the bonus strategy that some of us are doing as a group that we all do together, which was, again, amazing this month.
4% that one was from one trade.
But I talk to people about it, and, you know, property, you're maybe going to get 10% in a year. Stocks and shares, maybe 8 to 10% in a year.
Well, that's on average as well. With stocks and shares, if you're just buying and holding, say ETFs or index trackers, which is what a lot of people just advise doing, it's not a bad strategy if you're going to be living for a long time, but you're averaging maybe 10% a year, and that is averaging. There'll be years where you're down significantly.
And then if you leave your money in a bank account, it's not good. So 4% a month. And is that average? Like, what is the average that people are doing in the community?
5 to 10%.
5 to 10% a month.
For those who are trading all of our strategies, 5 to 10%.
So they're doubling their money each year. Plus compound interest.
So if you wanted to double your money, then, and again, this is actually part of what your trading plan should be, is what are the expected profit percentages you're aiming for? And we're very clear on that, because we've taught a lot of people. We know what they should be aiming for. We know what's possible. We know what they should expect with our strategies, because we've tested them for so long and we've traded them live for so long. So 5 to 10%. And if you want to double your money, then all you need to do is be on the lower end of that and be hitting 6% per month. Compounded is just over 100% a year.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So that's what we're having our students aim for.
Love it.
Yeah.
Does it make you happy to see people do that?
Massively. Massively. And again, like people say, why are you teaching people if you're such a good trader? Because it's massively rewarding. When you hear that someone's paid off all their debt, when you hear that somebody has helped their kid get on the property ladder in London because of trading, when you hear someone's left their job to go and trade full time, like, that is what it's all about for me.
That's amazing. Love it. Shall we finish with a question and then a snack?
Yes, let's.
All right, the question is, what's your favourite thing about trading?
Oh, my favourite thing about trading. I mean, I love that it's tax-free in the UK. Love that. Is that my favourite thing, though? No, it's not. My favourite thing has probably got to be what it allows you to do. So I'm not passionate about the nuts and bolts of trading. I'm passionate about everything else I can do after my 30 minutes. That's what I'm passionate about. And the fact it funds me to be able to do that.
Amazing.
What about you? You've got to share yours.
Oh, my favourite thing. Well, I'm a learner, so I was really interested in learning, the whole personal development of learning a new skill. I've enjoyed that process. And then the clear progress that you can make. And you and Josh just make that so easy that if you're not there yet, we're just going to support you more until you get there, and then you're on to the next. And so it's a really nice progression that you really see clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just excited to grow with it and then share it with people on the podcast and just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally with trading, the sky is not the limit. You can grow and grow and grow to whatever point and whatever level you want. And that is very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. But you still have to start somewhere.
Yeah. And I like that it's accessible to anyone. Like we said the other day, if you've got a laptop and an internet connection, just do it.
Just do
for it.
Yeah. I do think every single person on the planet should trade. I really do.
Okay, you're going to need more mentors.
What are you doing next week?
I'm in.
Brilliant.
Okay, should we have our snacks?
I think it's time for a snack.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, it's my turn to go first.
Okay.
So
Look away.
Look away, look away. Oh no, that's the one I didn't like. Here you go. Right.
Oh, he's giggling.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as you think it is.
Oh! It's a big pot of raspberry flavour candy floss. Yay! That's nice. Oh, it's like a little bucket.
Yeah.
I can carry it around.
Take it home, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I mean, this is proper, like, sugar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
good for you
And
about this.
just colouring.
Smells like candy floss.
Do I think it looks like? I think it looks like insulation because we both invest in property.
That's put me off a bit, but
Sorry.
oh, that's sweet.
Oh, it smells.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Too sweet.
I'm gonna get a big sugar high and then a crash.
There we go. Looks like a cloud, actually.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Are you getting that?
I'm getting sweet. Yeah.
Taste like,
I feel like it's taking me back to childhood.
yeah, kind of bubble gummy.
Bubblegum.
Is she getting raspberry?
No.
Does it say blue raspberry on it?
No raspberry.
Raspberry. It just is also blue.
Oh, that does make sense.
I'm enjoying that. The surprise factor, I'd say 10.
Mm-hmm.
Taste, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
You are hard to please.
Yeah. I mean, it's just sweetness overload.
Yeah, it's very.
But I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Would you like yours?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, please be crisps. Please be crisps.
Okay, go.
Right, I know. Before I'm gonna make a guess that it's some Chinesey flavour style crisps
Why would you say that?
because you know I love Chinese.
Okay.
You know I love crisps, and I've been holding out for now 4 weeks, and this is the 5th week.
Oh, God.
So, not at all.
That was a strong hint for next week, though.
That was a very strong hint, yeah. So, these are called Hendos, which are by Henderson's Relish. Oh, strong and northern. I like my men like I like my potato snacks. These are soya and potato spicy snacks. They're vegan and gluten free.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not a vegan, and I do have a gluten.
What flavour did you say?
Henderson's Relish,
Oh, what
which
is
is a
that?
bit like Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's from Sheffield, which is where I went to university. Henderson's is a Sheffield thing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Sheffield. So a bit of snackology for you there. I'm not reading the calories.
Give it a sniff. What do you get?
Flipping it.
That was a face of shock.
Yeah, that's unexpected. This is actually a 10 out of 10 unexpected.
Okay.
That's a very... it smells a bit like Christmas to me.
Oh, yeah. Like a cinnamony,
Yeah, but it's not cinnamon.
allspice.
Allspice.
Yeah. Oh, it is quite... It is.
It's quite overpowering. Yeah. Don't hate it. I think that's going to have to be a 4 out of 10.
Oh, really?
It's got like a really weird tang.
Good crunch.
Good crunch. That flavour, though, would be... it's the sort of flavour that would be brilliant on cheese on toast.
Yeah.
But on these, I'm not liking it that much.
Okay, fair.
But I will have another.
Okay. So, surprise was 10. Flavour.
4.
Okay. Well, it was lovely to see you all and be in your ears.
Yes, lovely to be in your ears. We'll see you at the next episode of the STARTrading Podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.